All right, everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for Wednesday, December 30th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below. All right, so the moon's continuing her transit of Leo here today. So I think the backdrop probably in regards to self-expression, creativity, fun, playfulness. I think it's a great way of working with it to bring in those more healthy qualities of Leo. And what really helps balance Leo out too is that giving nature, really giving our true self and letting that light shine is, a great gift for others. And that's the real beauty of Leo, is when we are other focused and we express ourselves and we give what we have to give, which is ourself in that sense. So all about that middle path with that as a backdrop. Now today we do have quite a few lunar aspects. The moon is going to be opposing up to Neptune here the first half of the day. Trending up to the sun, so actually there is quite the support for that self-expression usually, and this is all part of this disseminating phase where there is that harmony between the emotions and the self-expression here today, which is quite good. The moon will be squaring up to Saturn, so a little bit of that emotional reserve needed, and trending up to Pluto. So let's go ahead and cover this in the context of what's been going on this early part of the week. Mercury has been squaring up to Mars, is going to continue all week long since Mercury is slowing down for his retrograde next week. So this energy has been a Mercury in Sagittarius, and the sun is Sagittarius. So perhaps we've been more focused on our horizons lately. What's possible? How are things unfolding? That life path, maybe things in regards to spirituality or philosophy, things of that nature. So that's been both on the mental sphere of Mercury and the focus of the sun. But in terms of that Mercury, there's also been this Mars scoring up to it that really wants to maybe take care of some things with the work or with the daily activities, maybe some of those ideas, because on one hand, we've got that more expansive view, optimistic, overarching view, and then there's this much more practical view of Mars. So it's all about integration with the square and how we can bring in both of those elements. It's been a big week for patience, working nice and slowly since this isn't the best position for Mars to be in. And then it does become constructive, though. And it is a good time to focus on self-improvement, to focus on health, diet, routine, and the work, and really develop our crafts, but in that slow and steady way, and maybe even bringing in some more of these ideas or possibilities or insights that we might be gaining right now with Mercury and the sun in Sag. Now with that, the sun has been sextiling up to Neptune, so there is that easygoingness still available today. Again, specifically when we're giving, when we're focused on something that we can be a part of or contribute to that is larger than self, which is Aquarius, and that's that Neptune there. So easy aspect, and I think it could be a good day for kind of, getting lost in the possibilities of life and letting life guide us in that ebb and flow with that sextile. So that's been the theme yesterday more so because that's when those aspects went exact. So it is waning in that regard. So I still feel like those two will probably be the strongest energy of the day. But within that context, the moon forming these aspects, moon opposing up to Neptune means balance, okay, with the spiritual stuff, with the maybe escaping on one hand, a caution of that specifically in the first half. Usually with the moon opposite Neptune, watching any over extremes with the imagination. But it is good to balance this. It could be a good spiritual day when it is balanced with the more practical aspects of life, especially again when it comes to the self-expression on that daily level. So finding the path between self-expression and giving, without going to one extreme or the other. Because with oppositions, especially with Neptune and Aquarius, sometimes we can get lost too far into that Aquarius giving nature, and we don't want to do that to the point where we unground ourselves with our real passions and our real interests, right? Because they're really one and the same, these two areas. What we're really interested in is what the world needs, and what the world needs is for us to be interested in what we're doing. So a good balance with that could be healthy here today. That disseminating phase, the sun trending up to the moon, pretty good for the emotional self-expression in that regards. And the moon squaring up to Saturn, having that stern approach and patient approach is good. And again, watching any extremes with that. We don't want to get too heavy with Saturn. Sometimes Saturn can really clamp down on our emotions. It can feel a little bit isolating sometimes with this kind of transit if we go too far to that extreme. So a good day for buckling down, maybe taking care of some responsibilities, but keeping that balanced as well. Now the moon does trine up to Pluto around the evening time. So there is that change. Good day for maybe changing the way we express ourselves and changing our life path and viewing things in a new direction with Pluto and Sag. All right, so that's the general energies of the day. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.